How's it going, YouTube? This is Skul, and welcome to my video game pickups for the month of July 2023 and earlier. I have had a very long time since I have done a game pickups video, for good reason. You see that package down there? I've been waiting for that to arrive, and it finally arrived today, just about 20 minutes ago. So, time for me to finally get this video recorded. What do you guys say? I don't even know where to start. I have all my games here in kind of a random order. I guess I'll just start with whatever's on top, right? So, new amiibo released. This is the, shoot, my microphone is making this kind of difficult. Oh well, I'll work with it. So this is the, Link amiibo from Tears of the Kingdom. So this released the same day as the game, I believe, and as you can see, I haven't taken it out yet. After this video, I will. I continue to have every single amiibo ever, and I'm very happy to have this one. This should be a lot of fun. This gives you a cool paraglider reskin in the game, so looking forward to getting that. And man, this thing is dusty. That's how long it's been since I've done a game pickups video. I got this like right after my last video, and so I'm very happy to have this. Once again, another amiibo to add to my collection, and got another two amiibo that released. So we got the Pyra and Mithra amiibo that released with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. These were really hard to get for some reason. I pre-ordered these and they went out of stock within seconds of me pre-ordering, so I'm glad I did pre-order them. So as far as we know, Sora, first of all, hasn't even gotten an amiibo announced for it. So there is a non-zero chance that these are the final Smash amiibo to ever release, which is kind of crazy to think about. Will Sora get an amiibo? Most likely, but it hasn't actually been announced yet. So there is that chance that Sora doesn't get an amiibo. We do still have, I believe, 4 amiibo that haven't been released yet that have been announced. So we got Ganondorf and Zelda from Tears of the Kingdom, and 2 Xenoblade Chronicles 3 amiibo as well. So, yeah, exciting stuff. Let's see here. So, I picked up this game. This is Aragon on PSP. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is the movie. No, this is the game. Okay. Okay, so somehow I didn't own this. I love Aragon. That's where my name comes from. Skul. It's short for Skullblocka, which is a word in Aragon. So, I thought I had every single Aragon game, but apparently not. So I drove down to Texas in early May for a family reunion sort of a thing. And while I was down there, I hit up a retro game store in San Antonio and picked up a few things. This was one of them. I'll show you another one later. And yeah, I popped in, I saw this on the shelf and realized I don't have this, so I picked it up for really cheap. Next up is Mugen Souls, or Mugen Souls. I'm pretty sure it's Mugen Souls. This is another one of those limited releases from East Asia Soft that they send me. So I stream for East Asia Soft on their Twitch channel 3 days a week. Link right there if you want to go and watch. And as part of my payment, they send me free copies of whatever games I request. Almost always I just go with Switch games. I am very proud to continue to own a complete EAS Switch collection. And the great thing about East Asia Soft games is that if you get the limited edition, every single one of them is numbered. So you can see here, this particular number is 18. So I have the only number 18 in the world, and it's a low number, which is always desirable for stuff like this. So yeah, I continue to be grateful to East Asia Soft for letting me stream for them, and also for them sending me these games. They don't have to, but they want to, and I'm very grateful. So, geez, I really should have done a better job of organizing this stuff here. I'm just going to go ahead and show off these 2 games at the same time here. So, the 2 big games that I picked up are 2 of the best games of the year. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Final Fantasy 16. I reversed the cover. This is just the normal edition. It has a reversible cover. There we go. Look at these. So these 2 easily are candidates for Game of the Year for me. So I've completely finished Final Fantasy 16. It took me about 50 hours to get through. I liked it. The gameplay was tremendous. The combat was fun. The characters are really interesting. The music is phenomenal. The story, well, let's just say that this is one of the better Final Fantasy games, but not my favorite. But Tears of the Kingdom so far is my pick for Game of the Year. I haven't finished this yet. I put in over 50 hours into this, more than Final Fantasy 16, and it's not done yet. I have gotten the Master Sword and the Final Sage, so there's only one thing left for me to do, and that's beat the game, but I don't want to. I finally gotten to the point where I want to take my time and explore and all that stuff. I'll let you know when I finish this. I love Tears of the Kingdom, but I think I like Breath of the Wild more. It just resonated with me a bit more than this. That being said, I know that hardcore Zelda fans love Tears. They feel like this is a true return to form for this series. If you like Tears more than Breath of the Wild, go ahead and love it. I just like Breath of the Wild more, personal preference. So I'm going to save that for later. I ended up picking up, oh shoot, I'm going to show this off. What would Final Fantasy 16 be if I didn't show the other thing that I got it? So this is the pre-order bonus. This is a steelbook that came with the game, and this is still shrink wrapped. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably keep it. I might send it off to get graded. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, pre-order bonus from Best Buy. That's the only way to get the steelbook, and it's a beautiful steelbook. Look at Clive there on the front, and the particle effects here on the back with his iconic sword. It looks so good. Very shiny in the camera though, sorry about that. Okay, now I'm going to show off this. I got 2 more Wii U games for my collection. I got Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2. And with these 2 games, I am now only missing 25 games on the Wii U. That's it. A very small number. I now have 85% of the Wii U library. The most expensive game I'm currently missing is Turbo, which is over $100, but everything else I'm missing is under $100. Most of it's around that $40 or $50 range. So I am very, very close to completing the Wii U set. I am very, very committed to completing the Wii U set someday. It's not really a priority right now because look at this. This is my entire collection behind me. I live in an apartment right now. Hopefully next year I get a house, and when I do, then I'll be able to properly display stuff, and that'll be a bigger motivation for me to actually complete my my Wii U collection and get a lot more things that I'm missing. Speaking of getting more things that I'm missing, so I got this month. This is a TurboEverdrive, which allows for you to play video games on a TurboGrafx 16 without the need of the actual... on the TurboGrafx, they're called Hue cards, but basically the cartridges, the original games. Most people know what EverDrives are, or flash carts in general, so I don't think I need to explain this that much. But the reason that I've got this is because Analog, which is a company well known for... making sure I'm recording, I am good. A company that makes FPGA systems, basically new systems that run old games, finally put their Analog Duo up for pre-order, which is their replacement for the original TurboGrafx 16. And I've had this conversation with so many people. I don't understand the TurboGrafx or PC Engine family. There's too many revisions, there's too many accessories you need to play everything, and at some point I just stopped trying to understand it because no matter how hard I try, and I do try, I can't make heads or tails of it. So when Analog announced that they're making a new FPGA system that'll play every TurboGrafx game, every PC Engine game, and you don't have to worry about it, that is perfect for me. Now I don't have to worry about getting the proper revision or modding it for a better picture or to play old games or whatever. I just need to get the Analog Duo, which I pre-ordered, and one of these, and I'm set. I can play anything. So yeah, I picked this up. I loaded it up with a complete library on PlayStation or PC Engine, not PlayStation Engine, PC Engine and TurboGrafx library. Every game ever is on that thing now. So when the Analog Duo does show up, I'll finally be able to dive into the TurboGrafx library and finally enjoy some of those games. Let's see. I got this month. This is the Pokemon Go Plus Plus because Nintendo is terrific at naming things. So this is an updated version of Pokemon Go Plus. This also connects to Pokemon Sleep, and that's pretty much all I've been using it for. So I play Pokemon Go religiously. I have close to a complete Pokédex. I'm at level 43. I love Pokemon Go, and I knew that I would take advantage of this, and you know what? I have. So I got one for me, and I got one for my wife. We've been enjoying it a lot. Of course, this is an empty box. My actual one is in the other room. Pikachu's currently sleeping. Shh, don't wake it up. But yeah, I'm very happy to have gotten the Pokemon Go Plus. Nice little addition to my collection. And I'm going to show you, I'll show you this next. This is a PlayStation 3. I don't know how I'm going to show this off. That's actually pretty good right there. Wow, really highly reflective. So I've wanted one of these for a while, and to be clear, I have a PlayStation 3 Slim. It's been my go-to PS3 now for years, but I've always wanted a launch PS3, or at least this shell. This is not a backwards compatible version, so this does not play PlayStation 2 games. It's actually, as far as I know, it's broken. What I did was, I went to my local retro game store. You remember that I moved to Nebraska last year. Well, I haven't actually visited that retro game store yet, so I visited this last month, and I went in and I said, hey, do you have any launch PS3s that you don't want, that are broken or what have you? And they did. And they couldn't get rid of these fast enough because nobody wants these. These are not backwards compatible. So they gave it to me for a really, really good price. And I've always wanted one of these because I think that the launch PS3 is one of the most beautiful, if not the most aesthetically beautiful consoles ever. I just love the glossy black, the futuristic sleek look. This is what I want for video game consoles to look like, for electronics to look like in general. This looks like the future and just beautiful and awesome, and I've always wanted one. So when I got this, it was in awful condition. I've been spending the last week or two polishing it with Plastax and trying to buff it out. As you can see, it's not perfect. There's that giant gash there right in the center. There's plenty of micro scratches still. I'm going to keep working on it, but when it's done, this will make an excellent display piece for my game room. It's just absolutely beautiful. A real sexy piece of hardware, if I do say so. So yeah, I really wanted that. And I got it again for a really good price. So before I get to that box right there, I'm going to go ahead and show you some things that I received from other people. So first of all, I got this. This is a Nintendo 64 expansion pack. I think you could read it right there. There we go. So the N64, most people know this, but if you don't, the N64 had a few games that required a memory expansion in order to play. Donkey Kong 64 is the biggest example. And I've wanted one of these for a while, but they've gotten so expensive, like way more than I'm willing to spend. And I was talking about it on the My Life in Gaming Discord, and somebody there said, hey, I've got plenty extra. If you send me your jumper pack and pay for shipping for this thing, I'll just send you one. So hey, thank you, Fenris, very much for making that happen. And he even included it in this this NES case, protective case. I've never had one of these before. I don't think I've even seen one in person, at least not for a while. So yeah, he threw it in here to keep it protected, and now I've also got an NES protective case for whatever my most valuable NES game is, which I don't even know what that would be. But hey, thank you so much, Fenris, for the expansion pack. Now I can play any N64 game I want. And I love my N64. And I also had a friend in Canada send me a sealed copy of Final Fantasy VII Intergrade on PlayStation 5, which I will not show in this video because I don't want to risk damaging it by handling it. But anyway, he sent me that, and he included a few extra Pokemon stickers. So we got some for Legends Arceus here, which I think is awesome. I love that game. It's one of the best Pokemon games ever, in my opinion, and including some stickers for free. I mean, look at these. They're tremendous. I'm going to find a nice place to store those. So thank you very much, Isopod, for the extra stickers and for the game. You guys would not believe how expensive Final Fantasy Intergrade has gotten on PlayStation 5. Apparently Square Enix only did a single printing of the game. It's now going for well over $100 on eBay, and Isopod up in Canada hooked me up with a copy that was a lot cheaper, so very happy for that. And now for the box. So let me go ahead and start opening it up. It's possible some of you have already guessed what this is, but if you haven't, if you might recall, let me try and find a place to put this mic. That works, okay. You might recall that I have a few sealed video games that I've wanted. I've gotten just about every single one that I want, except for one. You'll recall, Pokemon Silver version. Well, at long last, I got it. So, I won a sealed copy of Pokemon Silver on eBay for $900, and I was happy to pay that. That game goes for well more than that these days. And of course, since it's sealed, I'm going to want to grade it to protect it, and to match all my other graded games. Not match, but anyway. And, of course, the cheapest grading system right now continues to be WADA. I'm not a loyalist, they're just what's available. And while I was at it, I also sent off a few other games to get graded, and I'll explain them as I get to them. So, came in the, so we got them in the nice new cases. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out of there. Wow, with protective covering as well. So, here we go. This is my copy of Pokemon Silver, graded by WADA, and when I had sent this in, I had guessed that it would get a 6.5 B+ rating, and I already know what the grade is. I'm just keeping this suspense for you guys. The actual grade was 7.0 B+, which is awesome. I'm very happy with that. So that's not a good grade, but it's a lot better than I expected. And hey, for a $900 copy of Pokemon Silver, I'll take it. And actually, here, let me take this out of the protective wrap here. This actually looks really good. So, gotta move my mic again. So, this is my favorite video game of all time, Pokemon Silver. Not my favorite Pokemon game, my favorite video game. And it just means a lot to me now that I own a copy that is sealed and will be sealed forever, just like if it came off of the store shelf. And obviously, it didn't just come out of the store, off the store shelf, because it's really banged up. But you know what? In this protective case, it actually, you can barely even tell. They did a really good job of making it look nice. You will notice that it still has the price sticker on it. I could have had them remove that. Maybe it would have given it an A seal rating or something if I had, but I really don't care. I like having that sticker on it because it just adds a little bit of character, and it means it's mine. This is my copy of Pokemon Silver. And it's in the nice new WADA case, which is awesome. So yeah, 7.0 B+. Fun fact, I'm the only person in the world with that particular grade on Pokemon Silver. They just upgraded their pop reports, and yeah, I am the only one. So, you remember that game that I said I would show off that I also got from that retro game store? Well, while I was in Texas. Here it is. So, I'm going to have to explain this. This is the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe on Game Boy Advance, and the reason that I picked this up while I was down there is because this was my wife's very first video game ever. And it's just amazing that we were just having a casual conversation about it before I left for Texas. I was trying to remember what my very first video game was, Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy, and she remembered the Chronicles of Narnia on Game Boy Advance. And lo and behold, while I was down there, I found a sealed copy of this on the shelf for like $10, which is just, how did that happen? And for this, I guessed, well, first of all, you can see here, it has a very faded cover, very, very faded. It is, this definitely spent a week out in the sun or something. I guessed because of that it would get an 8.0 A rating, and it ended up getting a 7.5 A. It just got really, really faded. In fact, you can see here on the back, they denoted that it has fading on the front and the spine, which it absolutely does. I'm not disagreeing with the 7.5 at all. Hey, once again, I'm the only person in the world with this. Out of the 4 that have been graded by WADA, I own the worst copy of the game. Let's go. all the people who are talking about, like, you know, graded games are a scam. I have bragging rights for having the worst graded copy. You can never put a price tag on that. Okay, I just grabbed the last 2 games out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and show them off. So, of course, I consider Breath of the Wild to be the greatest video game of all time, and if Breath of the Wild is the greatest video game of all time, then it's not enough for me to simply own the Switch version of it. I need to own the Wii U version of it too. So, I did get a Wii U copy of Breath of the Wild and sent it off to WADA. I fully expected a 9.8 A+ rating, but it got a 9.4, which I don't understand how. I mean, I looked at the pictures that they took of it after I submitted, and I don't see anything wrong with it at all. Well, wait a minute. I might see it now. It looks like there's a big mark here on the front, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to capture in the light. But yeah, I see it now. Okay, that's fair. I guess I should have seen that coming. But yeah, 9.4 A+. I really don't mind that much for a low grade. I just wanted a Wii U copy of Breath of the Wild to keep sealed. There's just something about sealed games. I've gone into this before. Like, if you're still watching this far in the video, then I'm kind of surprised. If you are still watching this far in the video, then leave a comment below letting me know if you could own one game sealed forever, what would it be? I'm really only sending in the games to get graded that I want to keep sealed, that I want to keep a copy for myself. I'm not sending these in to profit on them later. Anyway, the last game that I sent in was Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS4, which is probably my favorite PS4 game, and definitely one of my favorite games ever. So I had guessed a 9.6 A+ rating on this, and to my absolute joy, a 9.8 A+. This is really close to the best possible grade that you can possibly imagine for a PS4 game. This is way better than I expected from a PS4 game. So yeah, I now have Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS4. I am going to be sending in my copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade on PS5 sometime. And that brings this video to an end. Again, if you made it this far in the video, please let me know what game you would get graded if, or what game you would like to keep sealed forever if you could. Of course, my favorite thing that I picked up this month, or this pickup video, was Pokemon Silver. My favorite video game ever, and now I have a copy of it sealed, permanently safe, and I'm just so happy to have this. Just take another look at that. Oh man, it's just gorgeous. Like, it's brand new from the factory. Never opened up, never touched by human hands for the last 25 years. Oh man. Well worth the money I paid. And I couldn't be happier. So, let me know what you guys got this month. And as an aside, there will probably be very few game pickup videos in the future. I am cutting back on what I'm buying. And there's just not that much that I'm going to be getting. So, this might be the last one for a while. But it's not the end forever. I'll still get stuff and show it off every once in a while. So, something for you guys to look forward to. Long video. Sorry, everyone. But thanks, everyone, for watching. And as always, stay tuned for more.